Good day, ABM Business Math learners. I am Ma'am Yang, and once again, welcome to my class. In this video, the difference between salary and wage will be discussed. Get ready! Before we discuss our lesson, let me present first the most essential learning competencies for this video lesson. The first one is to define salary, wage, income, and benefits. And the second one is to compute gross and net earnings. Now let us proceed to the terminologies that we will be encountering in this video lesson and the related lessons about salaries and wages. First is employee compensation. Employee compensation refers to an amount given an employee in return to his or her services rendered. Next is salary. Salary refers to an agreed and fixed annual amount of money the employee receives, typically paid on a monthly or bi-weekly basis, but often expressed as annual sum made by an employer to an employee. Next is wage. Wage is the earnings received by an employee on a piece rate, hourly rate, or daily rate. Followed by income. Income or earnings refers to the amount of money received by an individual for providing a good or service or through investing capital. Wages and salaries are income to the persons receiving it. And last is employees' benefits. Employees' benefits covers remuneration on top of the basic salary or wage in form of cash or in kind. Salary. Salary is the earnings of employees paid on a monthly or annual basis. So annual salary can be converted to monthly, semi-monthly, weekly, and bi-weekly. Let us study the following conversions assuming an annual salary of 150,000 pesos. Monthly salary is equal to annual salary divided by 12 months. Annual salary is 150,000 divided by 12 months, and that will be 12,500 pesos. Next is by semi-monthly salary. So they will be paid twice a month. So annual salary divided by 24. So 150,000 divided by 24 is 6,250 pesos. Or monthly salary divided by 2. So the computed monthly salary earlier, this one, is 12,500 divided by 2, and that will be 6,250 pesos. Next is bi-weekly salary. So that will be annual salary divided by 52 weeks since you have 52 weeks in a year. So 150,000 divided by 52 is equal to 2,884 pesos and 62 centavos. Next is bi-weekly salary. So that can be computed by annual salary divided by 26. So annual salary is 150,000 divided by 26, and that will be 5,769 pesos and 23 centavos, or weekly salary multiplied to 2. So since our weekly salary that we have computed earlier is 2,884 pesos and 62 centavos, multiplied to 2 is still equal to 5,769 pesos and 23 centavos. Wage is the earnings received by an employee on a piece rate, hourly rate, or daily rate. What is piece rate? Piece rate is when a worker employed on a piecework basis is paid in proportion to the quantity of work he or she finishes. Hourly rate is simply calculated as the daily rate divided by the standard number of working hours per day. So usually that is 8 hours per day. Next is daily rate. Daily rate are employees paid based on the actual number of days worked. For piece rate example, we have here Miss Tinapay, a baker, is paid on a per piece basis at a rate of 5 pesos per piece of a mini cake she finished. How much is her total earnings if she can finish 120 pieces in a day? So that can be computed by total earnings is equal to number of output times rate per piece. So the number of output is 120 pieces and the rate per piece is 5 pesos. Therefore, Miss Tinapay earnings is 600 pesos. Another example for piece rate. Mandy is employed to repack and seal and cook sagu. She is paid on the following differential pay plan schedule. For the quantity of less than 100, the daily rate per 100 bucks is 100 pesos. If the quantity she repack is 100 to 149, her daily rate will be 105 pesos per 100 packs. And if 150 to 199, her rate will be 107 pesos and 50 centavos per 100 packs. And if she packed and sealed 200 or more, her daily rate will be 110 pesos per 100 packs. Now, this is the sealed and repacked and cooked sagu by Miss Mandy. For the week, Mandy repacked and sealed for the following quantities: Monday 95, Tuesday 102, Wednesday 130, for Thursday it's 152, and Friday is 201. Now, compute for her total earnings for the week. For solution, let us see this. For Monday, she repacked and sealed 95 packs, and her daily rate is 100 pesos per 100 packs. Therefore, 95 times 1, her earnings for Monday is 95 pesos. For Tuesday, she repacked and sealed 102 packs, and her rate for 100 to 149 is 105 pesos per 100 packs. Therefore, that will be 102 times 1.05. So, per pack, she will be paid by 1 pesos and 5 centavos. So her total earnings for Tuesday is 107 pesos and 10 centavos. For Wednesday, she repacked and sealed 130 packs, and since it is still in the bracket of 100 to 149, her rate is 105 pesos per 100 packs. So that can be simplified by 130 times 1.05 per packs, and her total earnings for Wednesday is 136 pesos and 50 centavos. And for Thursday, he repacked and sealed 152 packs. So her rate will be 107 pesos and 50 centavos since 152 is in the bracket of 150 to 199, and the rate will be 107 pesos and 50 centavos per 100 pack. So that can be simplified by 152 times 1.075. And her total earnings for Thursday is 163 pesos and 40 centavos. And for Friday, she repacked, and sealed 201 packs. And her rate for 200 or more is 110 pesos per 100 packs. So that can be simplified by 201 times 1.10 per pack. So her earnings for Friday is 221 pesos and 10 centavos. So for the question, how much is her total earnings for the week is 723 pesos and 10 centavos. Now let us proceed to hourly rate. So companies have different bases to compute for their hourly rate. So there are those with 40-hour work week, others have 48-hour work week. So let us see this. For 40-hour work week, they work for 5 days in a week. And for 48-hour work week, so they have 6 days work in a week. Okay, so to compute for their hourly rate, so for the 40-hour work week, that can be computed by weekly rate divided by 40 hours. Or daily rate divided by 8. So for example, for our previous example, the weekly rate is 2,884 pesos and 62 centavos divided by 40 hours. The employee who worked 5 days in a week will receive 72 pesos and 12 centavos as an hourly rate, or hourly rate is equal to daily rate, which is 576 pesos and 93 centavos divided by 8 hours is equal to 72 pesos and 12 centavos. Now for the employees who work for 48 hours or has 6 days work in a week, that will be weekly rate divided by 48, or hourly rate is equal to daily rate divided by 8 hours. So hourly rate is equal to 2,884 pesos and 62 centavos divided by 48. So the hourly rate will be 60 pesos and 10 centavos, or daily rate 480 pesos and 77 centavos divided by 8 hours is still 60 pesos and 10 centavos. Now let us proceed to daily rate. We have here an example. A clerk is earning a monthly compensation of 16,000 pesos for working 20 days in a month. A saloon beautician earns 750 pesos per day. The question is, who has a higher daily rate? So for the solution, the clerk is earning 16,000 and works for 20 days in a month. So let us divide that. 16,000 divided by 20 days. Clerk is earning 800 pesos per day, while a saloon beautician earns 750 pesos per day. Therefore, clerk is earning a higher daily rate. Now let us proceed to second essential learning competency that you shall learn from this video lesson. The computing gross and net earnings. In able for us to compute gross and net earnings, we have the following steps to follow. First, we have to identify the basic pay. Second, add allowances and overtime if there is and compute for gross pay. Third, determine deductions. Compute withholding tax and compute for net pay or net earnings. For example, in identifying the basic pay, so an employee's daily compensation is 1,500 and work for 20 days. So her basic pay or his basic pay is 1,500 times 20 is equal to 30,000 pesos. Now next is add the allowances and overtime if there is and compute for gross pay. So for example, he has this or she has this allowances. Rice allowance or 2,000 pesos. medical cash allowance 250 pesos, laundry allowance 300 pesos, meal allowance 800 pesos, monetized vacation leave 1,650, and he or she has an overtime amounting to 3,000 pesos. So we have to add all this and we will come up with our gross pay amounting to 38,000 pesos. Now let's determine deductions. So for example, we have 900 as SSS. As for the SSS, for PhilHealth, 600 pesos. For HDMF or PEG-EB is 600 pesos. Now let us compute for the withholding tax. So for example, we have 2,013 pesos and 40 centavos as withholding tax. So total deductions 900 plus 600 plus 600 plus 2,013 and 40. That will be 4,113 pesos and 40 centavos. We can now compute our net pay or net earnings by deducting our total deductions from our gross pay. So 38,000 minus 4,113 pesos and 40 centavos. The net pay or the take-home pay of an employee will be 33,886 pesos and 60 centavos. Allowances, overtime, deductions, and withholding tax will be discussed in our next video lessons. So see you in our next video lessons. Thank you and have a good day.